Welcome to Blueprints in Canvas. In this video, we'll talk about what a blueprint is, how to create one, and how do they work from semester to semester. All right, first we're going to start about what is a blueprint. So Blueprint Canvas shells are designed to allow content to be created, maintained, and updated in one place before being synced to live course shells. The Blueprint course, nicknamed a parent shell, is pushed out to the live course shells created for each semester. So think of a blueprint course as your main course or your host course, or the one that other courses will be connected to. Blueprints should be reused from semester to semester. Then the live daughter courses are synced and unsynced to the blueprint. Students will only have access to the live course shell that is automatically created for your course, nicknamed daughter shells. Instructors can have as many blueprints as they need, like one for an 8-week and one for a full-term course, or one blueprint for a 100% online asynchronous course, and another blueprint for the same or different course that may be in a hybrid format. If you're more of a visual learner, here's a visual representation of blueprints and how they connect to live courses. So in the middle here, we have a square for the blueprint course. This does not have a CRN. And then that information from the blueprint course would then be synced or pushed out to the live courses. So for example, a Bio 10 live course or daughter shell where you have students included that does have a CRN. Getting started with a blueprint course is easy. You can email distance learning at sierracollege.edu to request a blueprint shell to be created or to mark a sandbox course as a blueprint. When requesting a blueprint, please include in the email the course name and the CRNs for the classes that should be linked or synced to the blueprint. Please remember that Canvas daughter shells, the live courses where you will have students, should be empty when linking to the blueprint. If your course already has course material in it, then when we sync that course to the blueprint, you can risk having that information copied over if the same page exists within the blueprint, or possibly having duplicate files once the blueprint syncs. Once you have a designated blueprint, you can import content into the blueprint shell or create new content there. So if you want to roll in course material from a previous semester into this new designated blueprint shell, you would do it just as if you were importing course content from one semester to another. But instead of moving it to another live course, you're moving the course material from the previous semester into that blueprint course. Or, if you prefer, to start brand new and create new content within your blueprint shell. So you can click on the blue bar at the right side of the blueprint shell and click Sync to deploy content into the live daughter course shells. The first time you sync the course, be sure to click the Include Course Settings checkbox. Anytime you change settings, clicking that box will override any course settings in the live shell. Also very important, if you're using publisher content that links with the gradebook, such as MyMathLab, Revel, SuperSite, Connect, or other kind of publisher content, that should be added at the individual course level daughter shells, not in the blueprint. The great thing about having the publisher content linked to a course is so that your students have access to them and those scores go straight into your gradebook. However, if you link your publisher content, course, and homework site to the blueprint, there are no students in your blueprint in order to complete those activities, and none of those grades would be able to go to their gradebook. So be sure that you wait to link your MATLAB, Revel, SuperSite, other publisher content links once you are ready to start your live courses. Once your Blueprint course is set up, you can create or edit content before or during the semester in the Blueprint. So be sure to edit content in the Blueprint shell only. If you were to edit content in the live shell that is currently synced to a Blueprint course, that could break the link and prevent updates when you sync the Blueprint to your live course again in the future. This can create a lot of problems in the technology world and making sure your students have the most updated pages and assignments as possible. If this were to happen, please email distancelearning@sierracollege.edu. When your Blueprint content is ready, open the sidebar and click Sync to deploy to the live course. That live course is the one that has a CRN and will have students. If the Blueprint is synced to multiple sections, it will update in all sections. This can be done as often as necessary during the semester. This is great news for when you have multiple sections of the same course. For example, if you're teaching 4 sections of an English 1A course, you could have one English 1A Blueprint and then have those different sections, the live courses, synced to that Blueprint. So if you find a typo, or you want to add a line in, or change the directions a little bit, you would only need to do it once in your Blueprint, sync those changes, and you're done. There's no more remembering to go back to each and every course and updating the same information over and over again. Hopefully this will reduce your workload and focus on the important part of teaching. So some reminders. Blueprints are meant to be continuously used. Keep the Blueprint from semester to semester, from year to year, and then we're just syncing that live daughter shell to the Blueprint. Once that semester ends, we will unsync it from the Blueprint. The information will still be there in the live daughter shell if students want to go back and reference it, but they will no longer receive updates. Instructors do not need a new Blueprint every semester for the same class. So whether you're teaching multiple sections of the same course, for example, 4 sections of an English 1A, or if you know that you teach a certain course every semester. So maybe you're teaching one class every semester. If you're teaching a Math 13 and you have even just one section, but every semester you know you're teaching that course, this can also help you minimize your workload and make it a more streamlined process for you as an instructor. Faculty should email distance learning when faculty want new classes linked each semester. Okay, this is not automatic, and it's something that distance learning will need to do as admins. Faculty are not able to access this setting. Also, to contact distance learning when you want previously courses no longer linked for those updates and those updated pages. Some common issues or things to avoid. If you edit content in the live daughter shells, this will break the link with the Blueprint for that one item. So if you accidentally forget that whether you're in the Blueprint or the live daughter shell, and you accidentally edit that live daughter shell, that will break the link of syncing to the Blueprint for that page or for that assignment. If this happens and you need help to get the item to sync again, please contact Distance Learning for support and we can help you figure that out. However, if you want to prevent edits to content in your live shell, you can lock the content in the Blueprint. And I'll show you a little bit more about this on the next page. But if you want to prevent yourself from accidentally editing that live daughter shell and accidentally breaking that link, there are ways to prevent yourself from doing that in the first place. Locking content in Blueprints. So in the Blueprint course, click the Blueprint button in Modules or at the top of the page or assignment. Once you lock it, that button will turn blue and show a small lock. For example, in this image here, you have a blue square with a light blue lock next to the green Published button. A locked assignment means that content cannot be edited in the LiveDaughter shell. However, you can still edit that content, edit the page, the assignment, inside of the blueprint. However, an unlocked assignment or page is content that could possibly be edited in the LiveDaughter shell. And so in that image, it looks like a blank square, so just a square outline next to the published circle and those 3 dots kebab menu. So if you want to leave it unlocked, you can change that content in the LiveDaughter shell. However, if you're changing anything on that page or in that assignment, it will break the sync with the blueprint. So now you've finished teaching that course attached to the blueprint that semester. Now what should we do as we transition that blueprint course from semester to semester? So now there's no need to copy course material, import a course, and risk broken links, images that do not copy over, alt text that disappears in the process, or any other things that may pop up when importing course content. Instead, the courses from the previous semester simply need to be unlinked, and the new courses for the next semester linked and synced with the blueprint. So to do this, you can email Cindy Birdsong, and you can also contact her by emailing Distance Learning. Please include the following information: the name of the blueprint shell as it appears in Canvas, or a link to its homepage, the CRNs for the courses that need to be removed, and clearly identify which CRNs need to be removed, and then which CRNs need to be added for the upcoming semester. Remember, these course shells for the upcoming semester should be empty shells to prevent duplication of content or any overriding from the blueprint course. And as a reminder, if you need support, you can always consult the Canvas instructor guide, clicking on the Help button on the left side panel of Canvas, or emailing Distance Learning at distancelearning@sierracollege.edu. Now let's go into a sample blueprint course and show you what this looks like. In order to find your blueprint course, very similar to finding your sandbox, it will be here on your dashboard within Canvas. It could be published or it could be unpublished. That part does not matter when syncing your course. So for example, here we have the Sculpt Training Blueprint. However, when we scroll up on our dashboard under Published Courses, we can see that there is a Sculpt Session 1, and later in the semester there'll be a Sculpt Session 2, and so on. These are the LiveDaughter courses that will be published, have students, or in this case faculty, loaded in, and has a CRN attached to it. Once on our homepage of our blueprint, not only do we have blueprint in the course name in the top left corner, but we also have a blue square in the top right corner and a blue line that goes all the way down the page. If we click on that blue square, it'll give us information about that specific blueprint. We can look at associations, which is the courses that are synced up to our blueprint. In this case, we have just one session of Sculpt currently attached. Then we can see the sync history. We click on it, we can see the date and what exactly was synced. We see we have 5 unsynced changes. So there have been changes made to this course that are not yet synced to the LiveDaughter shell. We have boxes that we could check to include course settings, send notification that there's been updates, and a box for enable new item notifications. So that way, students in the Live Daughter shells will be notified that there have been updates to the course. Here within the blueprint on the modules page, we can see a Module 2, Videos, Documents, and UDL, and we can see that every single page in this section is currently locked. In order to unlock the content, so we are able to edit that page in the Live Daughter course shell, we're simply going to click that locked button to unlock it. We can do that to as many pages assignments that we'd like. And then if we decide to lock it back, we just click on that button again until that lock appears. Thank you so much for watching this video on blueprints, how to set them up, and how to edit them. If you have any questions, please email us at distancelearning@sierracollege.edu, and we look forward to supporting you in creating your blueprint.